Hello, I'm Steve Matthews and welcome to my little mask damp corner. This video is about an unusual dilemma I found myself in while working in a community mental health team. One day I was asked to follow up a patient who had recently been discharged from the local psychiatric unit. Elaine was 20 years old. She had been admitted after taking an overdose. Looking at her discharge notes, I saw that she had been born with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. She was a pleasant and polite young woman, but I could see that she had some of the facial characteristics often associated with the disorder. She told me that she had had some physical problems as well associated with her congenital issues and had needed some heart surgery as a young child. She told me that she'd been brought up by her father and never knew her mother. She also told me that she had always been impulsive and had taken the overdose after a disagreement with her boyfriend. She regretted it and did not think she would do it again. Now here's the thing. Even though I had never met Elaine before, I knew a lot about her from even before she was born. Because 20 years previously, I had worked with her mother, Janine. Janine had had a very serious alcohol problem. She had also been in an extremely unstable relationship with a university lecturer. They were living together, but had frequent arguments, some of which had resulted in the police being called out. All of this eventually culminated in her being thrown out of his house one evening. At that time I had helped her get a room in the local hostel and had also attempted to work with her to manage her alcohol problems. But it was then that she had discovered that she was pregnant. She continued to drink very heavily and was very erratic about engaging with antenatal services. Consequently, a child protection case conference was convened. Because of the high risk of the baby being born with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, the unborn child was placed on the child protection register. It was resolved that the child would be made subject to an emergency protection order at birth. Despite my efforts to encourage Janine to engage with antenatal and alcohol problem services, she continued to drink, and inevitably, when Elaine was born, she was removed from her. Her father managed to obtain custody, and Janine then disappeared. I never saw her again. Now, here was the dilemma, which had only arisen because I'd worked in the same area for so many years. Elaine had lived with her father more or less since birth, but she had never met her mother and knew nothing about her. But I had known Janine and was in the unique position of being able to give Elaine some information about her birth mother and the circumstances of her birth. However, I was also aware of issues of confidentiality. I shouldn't divulge any information about a service user to another person without their permission. So, should I just sit there and keep quiet about it? Or should I tell Elaine that I'd known her mother and offer to tell her something about her? If you have been, thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting or informative or both, please don't forget to like and follow.